Here come the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassett with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to net walking, and he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresi gets a shot away and scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores!
And towards Cox, Cox gets a shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in, first over the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV. The 2017 regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Borealis are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
And welcome to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne, Australia, the 2017 AIHL season. Tonight, the Melbourne Mustangs in a rematch from last night up against the Sydney Bears. Well, last night was an absolute cracking game. 7-6 in favour of the Mustangs. Goal for goal, shot for shot, and absolute toe-to-toe action. Mustangs, just their second win of the season, and they'll be looking to hopefully take all 6 points here tonight. For the Bears, they'll be looking to resurrect some points and some pride after being done by the bottom side last night. Hello everyone, I'm Steve White, joined as I am every week by Rod Johns.
Hello my friend, and once again, great to see you and great to be here.
Well, I'm hoping that several Twitter identities are tuning in, those that are real and those that are not. But look, Mustangs with a 7-6 victory last night. What would you think was the difference in that game?
Well, look, I think at the end of the day, like I said, they had to come out and they had to win or at least split. They've won the first game, so they've achieved 50% of what they're trying to do. I think the Mustangs bench tried something different by putting Damian Holland in to try to bolster their confidence. They came out offensively and had a pretty good go at the Bears, and then they let them back in the game, and then they had another go, and so I think the momentum was in their favor, and in the end, they managed to pull it off.
Yeah, it seemed to be a case last night of it was just like one team would score and then there'd be an instant reply.
Absolutely.
It was sort of like response for response for response, but also equally like laps for laps for laps. Teams would score, Mustangs would score, then they get a bit comfortable, the Bears would score, and then vice versa. So it'd be interesting to see how both teams take that approach. Now, one change to the lineup tonight. Nick Novosedlak is in, as is Jack Hayes. So Damian Holland not in goal tonight, so obviously Michael Flaherty rolled the dice last night to see how it went. Now he's got Hayes and Novosedlak. What do you think that's going to do tonight?
Well, that'll be interesting too, and I believe that Mr. Hayes will start for the Mustangs, so he's got a big job on his hands because the last thing he wants is to let the Bears back into this, so he's going to have to play like a wall and give the Mustangs confidence. And Mr. Holland's probably... He's here, I'm surprised, because I actually would have thought he would be in permanent massage at the moment.
Well, I don't think he played Friday night for the Blackhawks, but no, he didn't, because Kieran Brown played. But no, I was going to say fair credit if he played 2 nights in a row and then was gearing up for tonight. But the Bears side of the equation, I mean, they've got a bit of a depleted lineup at the moment. They've still got 3 of their young stars overseas. Jeremy Vasquez, Lachlan Farmy, and James Downey, the backup goaltender, still overseas in their respective seasons. So they're a little short at the moment. Richie Cesarek is still out with an injury from last week. So depth may be the issue here on the Sunday game.
Well, depth and endurance, okay? So that's for sure. I think one thing that we didn't talk about 30 seconds ago was that the Bears let the Mustangs into the game in the second period by being in the box for half the time. So if they want to take it to the Mustangs, they have to retain their composure. Remember what I said before about they're here to play hockey, not to chat up the girls in the penalty box.
Okay.
So stay out of the box, play the game, and take it to the Mustangs.
Well, it's all gentlemen in the penalty box, so I don't think there's going to be anything going on. Maybe that was deliberate. I don't know.
There you go.
But fans, if you want your tweets on screen, as we do every week, use the hashtag AIHL Game Day. And even if you have a more challenging Twitter handle, I'm sure Rod Johns will be pleased to read it out as he was last night.
I love a challenge.
So Mustangs, their second win of the season, 7 points now on the year. What do you think? They're a little bit. They're 3 points by. Sorry, now they're 5 points behind the Newcastle North Stars, who were 7th. what do you think they've got to do they've got to keep winning, but what do you think the momentum's got to be?
Well, it'd be great to win this series. Okay,
Yeah.
They can see the taillights of the North Stars, but if they slow down for one moment, they're in trouble. So momentum and confidence are everything. Okay, so you need to go out, you need to play your game, you need to take it to the opposition, and you can't let them get back in the fold. It's as simple as that.
So
I got one last thing to say here. Okay, if you're going to give me a Twitter name, don't use Chinese characters, because I'm not so good at those.
Well, I am, so I'll read it out to you. All right, so we'll go to the national anthem, and then we'll be back with the drop of the puck. So there's the national anthems, and we're ready for action here this evening between the Mustangs and the Sydney Bears. Just the second time these two teams have met this year, and they'll have two more games. Both of those will be up at Macquarie later in the year. Next weekend, obviously, is the All-Star weekend, and that'll be the Skills Challenge on the Saturday and the All-Star game on the Sunday here at this very arena, as I said, at O'Brien Group Arena, 2 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, both Saturday and Sunday. So if you want your tickets, head over to the AIHL.com and click through the link. Teamwork versus Team Webster, Melbourne Mustangs and the Melbourne Ice. The Melbourne rivalry spilling over into the All-Star game.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Home in Melbourne and a little bit of rivalry. I just want to know, has anybody asked you for any tips on the skills competition?
Oh, we went over it on the podcast this week, so you got to go and listen to the podcast.
Okay.
We picked it out, but if you don't want to, if I didn't want to embarrass myself on what about I'm going to get wrong, I literally threw some things at a dartboard, but no, I think the ones to watch, Nick Dahlberg, he's going to take a couple of events. That's what I said. I'm going to stick to that. But I did pick Mr. Burke for the accuracy challenge, I believe. So as one of the contenders,
and
anyway.
You're not participating?
I'm hosting it. So that's as close to the action I'm going to get to it. You know,
because I'd pay big money to see you do it.
You'd be asking for a refund there. So, as we're about to get ready for the drop of the puck, Dan Boyd, your referee, your linesman, Sam Pereira and Fraser Olsen, and here we go. Mustangs and Bears, round 2 of this double-header weekend here at the O'Brien Group Arena, as Beattie fires the puck in, wearing the check there from Tyler Noseworthy, and a line-angle shot on Kimlin, courtesy of Anton Kokkonen, is gobbled up, and we'll have a whistle.
Here we go. Lisa Martins. What will back-to-back to wins this weekend mean for the Mustangs? Well, it means everything, mate. If they sweep this weekend, they can see more than just the taillights of the North Stars. So they're very much in it still.
Can see the bumper stickers as well. As
Exactly.
Maxime Perront shot is blocked up high, and away come the Bears through Brewer. Against the red line, looking to hit his teammate Tam Todd. That one bounces up and gloved by Hayes, and we'll get a whistle.
So, what's your prognosis, my son?
On this game?
Yeah.
Well, Mustangs are going to do more of what they did last night. It sounds like a cliche. The Bears, I thought, when they had control of the game, they were the more physical. Not when they were playing undisciplined physical hockey, but when they were throwing the body. I mean, Noseworthy had a seek and destroy shift there in the second period where he laid the body and then it led to a goal. So I think the Bears have got to do that, more of that, and be a bit more physically imposing as Lander cuts off that pass at center ice and goes over the blue line. Lander trying to drive to the net, was sandwiched between two Mustangs players, and this one banked off the glass and all the way out, but into the crease of Kimlin, and he's forced to touch it, negating the icing call. Ward rims the puck around here for Lander to skate onto. His pass is picked off by Bright, and back in come the Mustangs through Burke. His shot is tipped there by Tyrell Clare, and away come the Bears here through Lander. Bright now in a foot race there with Lander. Schlamp can't win on the forecheck. The Mustangs come away with a puck. Burke just wasn't aware of the pass coming in, and that's going to be icing and a face-off to the left of Jack Hayes.
And that's too bad because that was a good breakout. Burke was long gone. He just looked the wrong way on that. But right idea. One thing I was going to say to you, and I don't know if that first shot from the corner actually counts as a shot, but at least the Mustangs had the first shot on goal.
Yeah.
So that's a positive too, even if it was from the other end of the ice.
So is this one dug into the corner? Lander puts his man into the glass. Burke now chips this one out between Tyrell Clare and Nick Reve. This top defensive pairing here for the Sydney Bears. Reve wheels around, tries to hit his man at the blue line, that being Adrian Esposito. And Esposito's done well to force the turnover. Puts it back out to the point. One-timer from Clare and blocked before it got through to Hayes. But the Bears keep it alive in their offensive zone. Rhodes tried to find Esposito. The Mustangs come out now here through Vadim Vyasov to the outside of Nick Reve. Vyasov cuts inside. Vyasov still got a shoot. Center save by Kimlin, and he covers.
Well, one of the things I was saying to you yesterday about Vadim is that he's got all the talent in the world. He's got to use his line mates, okay? So he pulled that one off, but he must look for the open skater, get that puck up and get it back, and then take the shot. So let's see what he does.
Draw one here by the Bears. Foons couldn't get it out cleanly. Skated onto now here by Coconut. Finds Perron. One-time shot and a pad save there by Anthony Kimlin, being tested early here by the Mustangs forwards. McCoy retreats, had his pocket picked there by Noseworthy. Perron arrives on the scene to arrange some assistance. Perron now digs in the corner and digs it out of the zone. And O'Kane wheels away with a puck down the near side. One-on-one with Ward. O'Kane fires, and that's off the skate of Ward. And into the corner. Foons rockets the puck out as he gets put into the glass by O'Kane. And Beattie settles it down, tries to hit Coconut at centre. It's picked off here by Todd, and he hands it off now here to Brewer. Brewer tries to centre the puck, looking for Lander at the back door, and he put it wide. Gathered in now here by Anton Coconut. 12-18 remaining in the first. Scoreless if you've just tuned in. McMahon has it. And he fires this one out. Intended there for Pat O'Kane. Too much on it. That's going to be icing and a face-off back in the Mustangs' defensive zone. Well,
yesterday we certainly saw Max was on the scoreboard and Kokinen was on the scoreboard too. So those two guys with Pat O'Kane, they got to be one dangerous combination. And if they work it out and get it together, I wouldn't want to be skating against them.
All three can wheel. There's a face-off one now by the Bears. Reve retreats into the neutral zone. Passes out wide to Tyrell Clare, who scored last night. Had a great game as well in his own end. Bright. Stolen here by Lander. Centers and goes through everyone. And forced back in by Brucker. Schlamp, the captain, digging at it in the corner. Gets pinned by the former Mustangs captain Sean Jones. And a four-man scrum ensues there in the corner. The Mustangs come away with it. As Lander went down off the play as the Bears bench appealed for a penalty. The play continues. Here's Jones. Gets knocked to the ice there by Reve. McDowell beaten to the puck. Although temporarily cycles it back. Here comes Burke. Got hauled down there by Clare. There's a little bit of a jousting match with him. Play continues. Puck in behind the net now. Schlamp fires it out. Here come the Bears. Lander through centre. With two Mustangs players to deal with. They're offside, so he has to wheel back and finally gets checked to the ice there by McDowell. Great play from him to win the puck. Turned it straight over. At least allowed his compatriots time to change. The Bears tried to break back in. Nice interception here by Beattie. Beattie to the outside. Fires, blocker save there by Kimlin. Mustangs have had the bulk of the scoring opportunities in this game so far. Beattie does well again. Wheels to the outside. Got Voller on the point now. Hands looking there for Vadim Vyasov, but just couldn't get it through to him. And back here come the Bears. Esposito shot that one wide of Hayes' net, and he gobbles up the rebound off the kick plate, and he covers.
We were talking last game, and I don't know if people realize, but we picked the 3 stars. So we picked Landa from the Bears, but actually I think you and I agreed that Schlamp had an awful lot of control over the puck, and he's doing it again today. So
yeah.
Both those guys are pretty awesome players.
That long-time combination of Schlamp and Lander worth its weight in gold for the Bears. As the puck moved in behind the net. And out now, here comes Tom Voller in the lineup tonight for the Mustangs. Didn't play last night. That's offside, according to the linesman. And we'll have a whistle.
I had a bit of a chat with Voller before the game, and he actually was working yesterday and couldn't make the game.
Yep.
It's good to see that he's in the lineup, and I said to him, you need to light it up here, dude. They're giving you the opportunity, so get your skates on and have a go. He's got a lot of talent. He just has to show it.
Bright. Out wide to McMahon, the Mustangs captain for 2017, through center. Backhands this one into the zone. Straight into the waiting stick blade of Paddy Ward. Fires it up now here to Noseworthy with Brewer. And goes up ice. Noseworthy to the outside now. Fires a wide angle shot. It's blocked and cleaned up there by Pat O'Kane. Passed it in front of the bench. Perron beaten to it there by Ward, who puts it in deep for Cam Todd to go and pursue for the Bears, but it ends up in Mustangs' hands. And all the way out now here to Anton Kokinen, just gains the line, dumps it in. Perron goes into chase against Rivet. Rivet comes up with a puck and comes away with it through centre. Back to Brucker, down the outside. Brucker turns on the speed, looking there for Jackson Brewer. But the Mustangs done well enough to force it out, and O'Kane now in on a breakaway here behind the Bears' defence. Here comes O'Kane, he shoots, and a save there by Kimlin. And he holds on.
What a
great setup there for Pat O'Kane.
Well, it was a good setup because it was a little flick pass. He saw O'Kane and he knew he was breaking. I think that was Kokinen's pass.
Yep.
And O'Kane just didn't quite get control of it. But good save by Kimlin and a great play all around.
So arguably the best scoring opportunity of the period for the Mustangs. There still remains nothing, 9-10 to go here in the first as Burke will face off here against Schlamp. The Bears win the draw. Here's Rivet with Lander. Rivet searching for options up ice, decides to gain the line and go to the outside and take it in himself. Almost had a knee-on-knee collision there accidentally with McCoy. The puck traverses the other side of the blue line as far as the Mustangs are concerned, and Rivet retreats back into his own end to set the play up yet again. Here's Clare. Outlet pass finds Brucker, fires it in. Hayes steers it aside, and Lander picks it up in the corner. Lander fishes it behind the net. Schlamp put it in front, intended there for Brucker. Great play from the Bears, unable to finish it off. McDowell now down the near side against Foons. Foons did enough, but Burke with a shot, and that's into the glass and wide. Momentum now with the Bears. Lander took it on the skates, gets control of it now against McCoy. As he does battle. Lander's done well there, gets checked there by Jones. The Mustangs clear their zone, but only as far as Brian Foons. Burke puts the check on him. And puck back out over the blue line. The Mustangs trying to buy some time to get their lines changed. A couple of tired legs out there as McDowell heads off. That's spooned into the offensive zone by Paddy Ward. Hayes had to steer that one into the corner. And a battle ensues as the puck rimmed now in behind the net. The Saxonair puts the check on. Foons fired that one on Hayes, but it was blocked before it got through and out of the zone eventually. And Ward retreats now here for the Bears to look for a target. That one being Foons. In front of the penalty box. Down goes Stringer, who had quite the impressive game last night, I believe. Vyazov gets dumped there at the blue line. Beautiful check there by Adrian Esposito. Lined him up and took him out. Vyazov back to his feet. Bellick trying to hit Stringer there at the blue line. Kimlin comes way out of his net to force it up ice. Air retreats for the Bears. His pass is picked off here by Bellick. Tried to send it. It was off a skate, much to the luck of the Sydney Bears, and they used the opportunity to get a line change. McMahon fires it up ice. Mustangs hoping to catch them on said line change. Bellick, Clare. This one fired up, back in over the blue line. Rivet going to pick the puck up now here for the Bears. Nice vision there to spot Jackson Brewer, who was camping on the blue line, but it was too much on the pass, and we'll have an icing call.
Well, one good thing is so far the Bears really haven't taxed Hayes, and that must mean that the Mustangs are keeping them at bay, and that's exactly what you want.
We hear the check here from Esposito, and a beauty. Just took the shoulder, took the line away, and down goes Vyazov.
And it was a good clean check, too.
Yep. Shoulder on chest.
Yep.
Rivet prodded at there by O'Kane. Brewer. Nice hit. Put it on net there. Cam Todd was lurking. Hayes cut off the puck before it got to him. The net's off. We'll have a whistle.
And the only one who scored, I think, was Stephen Bellick.
Yeah. Yeah. But Tyler Noseworthy had an exceptional game last night for the Bears. He's been quite defined. I mean, Reve, Noseworthy and Brewer, 3 of the imports for the Bears this season. 3 new ones as far as the Bears are concerned. Lander has played since 2007. Really turned it on and have turned it on all season. As this one goes through here to Brewer. Brewer trying to beat Hayes, and Hayes shuts the door. And the puck at the side of the net, loose in front of the high slide, and the Mustangs arrive on time to clear that danger. Now this one put in behind Terrell Clare. He's going to get there first, and that's going to be icing.
So what's the inside scoop on Noseworthy, dude?
So you got a couple of players from the SPHL. Huntsville Havoc, I know Reve is from. As you can see, my computer...
Time for a plug again.
So for HP and the rest are still
Apple
are listening. I would like an upgrade of... well, not an upgrade, a new one that actually works.
I think so. I think that's only fair.
Well, I got 8 years out of, or 7 years out of my last one, mine with 2 upgrades in between, so I think I got a pretty good mileage out of it. But yeah, flying blind in terms of the stats, partially tonight anyway. You just have to listen to the sound of my voice. Here's Beatty. There's Perron now in over the blue line. Perron now down the near side, just looking for... We've got a power play. Actually, there was a penalty against Noseworthy. They didn't see the referee call anything, but we've got a power play here to the Mustangs. So that shot there, Cannon's out near the netting. Tyler Noseworthy, the man to sit the penalty. I didn't see referee Dan Boyd have his hand up at all.
I didn't either.
So it must have been something said or after the whistle. The first power play of the evening goes to the Mustangs.
Well, they actually had some success with that yesterday, so let's see if they can put this one away.
Here's Beatty. Burke spoons it through, looking there for Perron. He gathers the puck in and puts it into the corner. O'Kane, just a little too much for him to handle. Kokanen has it on the other side. Here's Kokanen. O'Kane lurking there in front of Kimlet. Kokanen has it. Beatty's got a bit of time and space, so does Burke. Burke's got the puck though. Goes now here to Beatty. There's Air reading the play. He's about to drop for the shot block. Here's Perron. Oh, puck had a little bit of this. Opens up Burke with a bit of space. Burke feeds it through. One-time shot. Cut off by Kokanen. Saved by Kimlet. Wow. Mistake actually led to an opportunity there for the Mustangs and unable to capitalise. Here's Perron. He gets a little bit of hook there from Lander. Up now here to Beatty at the point. Just isolates Burke. Burke shoots, and a pretty comfortable save there for Kimlin. Puck is loose. A couple of players digging at it. Perron being one of them. Tried to slip that one by Lander. Turnaround shot, and that hit O'Kane in front. And that shot from a tight angle from Burke. No threat to the net of Anthony Kimlin, even though Kimlin went down to cover, and it ends up on the opposing blue line. 20 seconds left on the man advantage as the Bears changing, and, well, bouncing puck. Unable to deal with it was Burke, but he would have been in like Flynn because he only had Kimlin to beat, as the rest of the Bears were still coming off the bench. Reve. Burke puts the check there on Reve as he heads off.
He took that well, I thought.
Checks in and checks out as we get Noseworthy checking into the game. Out off the penalty box. And Reve hands up with a puck back to even strength with 4 minutes to go. Schlamp wheels back into his own zone and looks for options up ice. They're trying to hit Noseworthy there at the blue line. Bears look to be playing that cherry picker style attack at the moment, with just one guy camping on the blue line and the rest playing the neutral zone trap. Here's Bright. There's the puck out now, kept in on the right side of the blue line by Reve. Mustangs bench think otherwise. Reve. He slits this one over now here to Tyrell Clare with Stringer right on his case. Put in by McMahon. Great job from Stringer to take that pass on the fly. As Brewer steals the pass from him, and Clare has it now here for the Bears. Reve ends up with it at centre. Prodded away there by Damien Bright and skated onto now here by Vadim Vyasov for the Mustangs. Vyasov pulls up, waits for options to present themselves. And that was looking for Tom Boller deep in the corner. And the Bears steal the puck and come out through centre. Clare dumps this one in and going to go and get his own dump and chase. As the Bears complete their line change, Mustangs still have the same players on. Clare cuts to the net and a save by Hayes, doesn't know where the puck is. And eventually the referee blows it dead and we'll have a whistle.
Well, they've had a couple of good opportunities and they just haven't cashed in on them. But if I'm the Mustangs bench, I'm pretty happy because they've really kept the Bears at bay. and Hayes hasn't been taxed. And when he has had to make a save, he's had to make it, and he's made it comfortably. So all in all, good for the Mustangs. Maybe not so good for the Bears.
They seem to be limiting the Bears forwards to the outside.
Yep, that's right. And that's what you want to do.
More than last night anyway, and the last couple of weeks as far as other fixtures have been concerned. Here's Jones looking for Burke there. McDowell with Foons. He chops this one out. Pass received there by Esposito. Slips it through there, intended for Joel Rhodes. He gets checked there by McCoy for his trouble. Jones onto the puck now here for the Bears. For the Mustangs, excuse me. This one slid in front. And, Beatty almost turned that right over to Saxonair, but gets a reprieve and gets the puck out. Burke rides the check of air and comes away with the puck. Got a one-handed chop there from Lander. Lander's going to earn himself a sit as the referee's arm is up. Thomas Lander, the offender on that occasion.
It's funny, because I was going to say that when Burke hit Rivet right in front of us here, he pasted him, and Rivet just took it, didn't even really look at him in a funny way. So.
Esposito, the man sitting. So that was actually Tom Lander who, maybe he just saw the four, because that was definitely Lander who gave him the one-hander as he was going off. But, there'll be a discussion of that at the intermission, I'm sure, between teammates. Take one.
I took that one for you.
Absolutely. Here's Burke. Coconut. Burke now. Second power play of the game here for the Mustangs to see if they can make something of it. A shot right in the chest of Kimlin, and he covers.
Well, got to keep that shot down and make him work hard for it and hope he pops up a rebound. If you're going to shoot it at him there, chances are he's going to come up with it, and the play's dead.
So the North Stars playing the Perth Thunder over in Perth tonight as Burke's shot was blocked up high and Perront gathers it in down low. Perront back to the point now here to Beatty. To Maxime Perront again. O'Kane camped in front providing the screen. That was off the skate of Rivet, and Lander's going to skate this one out now here for the Bears. 1:39 to go here in the period. Lander in short-handed. And it's stripped of it. Opens it up now here for Rivet. That's Tyler Noseworthy, in the corner. He's muscled there by a couple of Mustangs, one of them being Maxime Perront, trying to dig the puck out of the corner. Noseworthy's done well for his team. He's bought himself at least a good 20 seconds here on the penalty kill. And the Mustangs going to have to set up. 1 minute remaining on the man advantage. The penalty to Esposito for slashing. And now come the Mustangs down the far side. Blair slips it right back out to Cam Todd. He'll be off to Inline Worlds in a couple of weeks. And the Bears will be without his services for a good 2-3 weeks. Burke will be all hands on deck. As far as the Bears are concerned, they've already got 3 missing from their lineup and an injury as well to Richie Tazarek. Here's Burke. Slides this on across to Maxime Perront. Back to Burke. One-timer and a save there by Kimlin. And Kimlin proving to be the difference maker for the Bears in this period, because the Mustangs have certainly had the bulk of the shooting opportunities. As McMahon muscles there with Michael Schlamp. He's done well to protect the puck and get it out. But Schlamp's done equally as well to force him back in and wipe off just a few more seconds of the penalty to Adrian Esposito. Here's Jones to the outside, slips it through. Vyasov looking for the puck, tried to slide it past Anthony Kimlin to no avail. And here's Michael McMahon back to even strength as Esposito's back on the ice. The puck shot up into the netting off the initial shot from McMahon. We'll get a whistle.
That was a good shot. Even though he didn't get a lot on that, it made it through the crowd low, and he's got to make the save. And there was a deflection and a rebound on it, okay? So, power to him.
So 6 seconds remaining here in the first, and quite the difference in the scoreline from last night. It was 3-1 going into the first intermission. The Bears up 3-1 at that stage, and we all know what happened in the further 2 periods that came after it. And that will do it for the first period here on the Sunday. And it's the Sydney Bears 0, the Mustangs nothing. And Rod, your thoughts on that period?
Well, my thoughts are that if I'm the coach for the Mustangs, I'm very happy. I've managed to keep the Bears at bay. My goaltender hasn't been taxed. Like you said, they've kept their offense to the outside, which is exactly what you want. And from the Mustangs' offensive perspective, they've been all over them and have taxed Kimlin many times. So thank God for Kimlin if you're the Bears.
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see if the Mustangs can maintain that kind of pressure coming into the second and third period, because it's all about momentum.
You bet, yeah.
So to wrap things up here at the end of the first period, it's the Mustangs 0, the Bears 0. We'll be back with all the action in the second period of play right after this. Don't go away. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne between the Sydney Bears and the Mustangs. We are scoreless after one. Shots in that period 9-6 in favour of the Mustangs. And Rod, they certainly had the more quality scoring opportunities.
Absolutely. So if you could look at the type of shots, I would want to be facing the 6 against the Bears and not the 9 against the Mustangs.
So as this puck dumped into the right of Anthony Giblin, he comes up with the puck and hands it out to Brewer, and turn gives it off to Todd, trying to hit that. Tyler Noseworthy, who was in behind Beatty, and off to the races against Jack Hayes had he connected. Noseworthy now wheels around. Puck goes back into the corner. And is picked up there by Brewer, evades the check and puts it in behind the nets. Scrum developing there at the side. A one-time shot and they score! Noseworthy finds daylight between Jack Hayes and the goalpost, and it's 1-0 in front of Sydney.
Well, I was going to say before they drop the puck that they just cannot let these guys to get on the board early in this period. So if you watch that puck should have been frozen right there, okay? And it didn't get frozen, and it gets back out and in trouble. So nonchalantness, pay the price.
Looked like it squeezed in between the pad and the post there. Tyler Noseworthy. Hayes didn't see it. Well, you can see it on the scoreboard as Noseworthy gets the first of the game, and it's 1-0 in favour of the Bears as Schlamp steals that one, fires again, and that's blocked up high there by Michael McMahon. And out come the Mustangs looking for a response. Here's Jones now. Fires on net, and that's wide of Anthony Kimlett. And, well, Burke got hauled down. He's appealing for a penalty. And playing continues here. That was Tom Lander giving him some close attention. And the puck goes into the corner. Here's Schlamp now. As Burke was looking to lay the hit. Schlamp fires it out to centre. Stolen right back here by the Mustangs. Ward tried to throw it back, and Ward got to it. Foons is going to get to it before Burke, who looks a little bit agitated on this shift. He would be after that confrontation with Lander. You can see it's laid 2 or 3 hits so far. As McDowell stripped of it there by Lander. Puck moved out now in front of the penalty box, but turned right over into the waiting hands of Jack McCoy. Looking for Sean Jones there at the blue line. That's going to be icing, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off back to the right of Jack Hayes.
So the question now is it going to be tit for tat? They've got to get back on the board. They've got to tax Kimlin, and they've tried. They've got to break him and get back in the game here.
You can see there was the collision that sparked Jamie off a bit.
Was that a love tap or what?
Oh, it was a bit more than that. It looks like it's grabbing the love handles.
He wouldn't have any love
handles. I was going to say, yeah, well, theoretically, of course.
Me and you might, but he wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know about me, but here's Terrell Clare. Down the near side. There's checked there by Bellick. Taken away here by Rivet. Vyasov puts him into the glass, and the Mustangs skate out with the puck. And Esposito steals it and fires it right back over here to Joel Rhodes. Gets checked there by McCoy. It's put in behind. Esposito goes fishing for it. Beatty was enough to force him away. As the Mustangs trying to get it out of their own zone, Vyasov finally manages to take possession of the puck, and it's fired across ice. A little bit of indecision here for the Mustangs players in terms of their passing, as Bellick gets shoved there by Clare. Took a puck in the face last week, and you can see the cut underneath his right eye, and he's out there tonight. Had a great game last night, as I mentioned earlier. Is Brewer just feathers it back, goes all the way back to Kimlin, and is almost forced to cover, but Rivet retreating there for the Bears. Ended to get the puck out. He's brought down by his own player there, Noseworthy, but he's done well to hold on to the puck and draw some Mustangs players to him. Brewer, the opposite hash marks, slips it out wide. And away comes Reve now here for the Sydney Bears. Reve over the blue line. Reve fires, and a save there by Jack Hayes. And skating onto it now is Brewer, looking to hit Reve again at the point. It's a little too much on it. Reve content to dump this one back in as his compatriots change up. Bright gets shouldered there by Brewer. To the rescue there is Beatty. And a one-time shot there from Schlapp. Hayes got most of it, didn't see the rebound. A good save there from the Mustangs netminder. This one put deep, and icing's going to be washed out as Perron's done well to force the issue. Glove down here by Kokkonen. It's stolen again now here by the Bears, and Reve flips this one up ice dangerously straight down the middle. Fortunately for him, no Mustangs players available to take advantage, and Lana gets back in over the blue line. Landa now puts it back out to the point. Here's Ward, fires through traffic straight into the chest of Hayes, and he holds on.
Well, that was a good opportunity for the Bears gone south for the winter. Right at the goaltender, makes it very easy for Hayes to come up with a save.
So 2 other games in action this evening. Newcastle North Stars and the Perth Thunder about to get underway over there on the west coast. The Sydney Ice Dogs and CBR Brave, well, they'll drop in about 10 minutes up there in Canberra. Reversal of last night's fixture up in Sydney, where the Dogs fell 4-1 at the hands of CBR.
So Stan watched the live stream and listened to us.
He did?
Why
would he do something like that?
Well, he had a nice glass of red while he was doing that, and I think he had one for us as well.
Well, he
so
would be Sandalford Wines, one of the sponsors of the Perth Thunder. I'm sure they've left a case or 10 outside his doorstep. But here's Schlamp winning the face-off there. Gives it for Brian Boons. Puts it right back in, checks Burke. And move back out now here to the point. Foons flips it right back in. Glove down out of midair there by McDowell, and put right back up ice. Here's Burke now trying to dangle his way through. He scores! Just like that, Jamie Burke ties the game. It's 1-1.
That was a great shot. A good little snapshot. Caught Kimblin and in and under the crossbar, and bingo. And as I say, see you later, Sally.
Well, he had a hat-trick last night, and he's got one tonight. Jamie Burke, 4 goals on the weekend so far, and he's got his team right back in this one. It is 1-1, and just what the doctor ordered in terms of the Mustangs. They did something to get the momentum going after conceding early in the second. Minute of the second.
That was a great goal, and a good play.
So the Mustangs draw level, and we see the theme from last night, where one team would score in 30 seconds, there would be a response. So I would hazard a guess no, because usually, historically, the Sunday fixture, there's a little bit less energy from both teams. Voller tried to throw that one out in front. It's rimmed around now here by the Bears and onto the stick of Matt Beatty. Gathers it right back in. Hands it off now here to Vadim Vyasov. Throws it out wide to Jack McCoy. There's McCoy got dumped there in the end by Adrian Esposito. Second big hit he's thrown this game as that shot goes well wide and into the netting.
You know how I keep saying that you're probably one of the smartest guys I know?
Well,
okay?
you only know 2 people.
So here we go. Last weekend, I have to contradict you, okay?
Yep.
Because the first game was 9-0.
Yeah.
But the second game was 7-3. So that's 10 goals, see? 10 goals beats 9. So that was a Sunday game.
That was
10
12.
goals.
Hold on, didn't they? They conceded 9 on the Saturday. As is Noseworthy in off in the breakaway. Noseworthy moves in, he shoots and scores! Tyler Noseworthy! Well, I said there'd be an instant response, possibly. That theme has continued. Second of the game for Noseworthy, second of the game for the Bears, and they draw in front. It's 2-1.
So let's see how this one unfolds.
Beautiful move there from Tyler Noseworthy.
But it'd be good to see this one back, to see where Noseworthy was and how that play unfolded, to see if the defense got caught. And they must have if he got in behind them.
He's actually just parked right out here at the goal line.
Yep.
And the Mustangs defense got caught napping. As here comes Brewer with Noseworthy. Brewer moving in, shoots, and a save there by Hayes. And a good one. Out enough to challenge the angle. And force that one into the corner. Here comes Maxime Perron, leading scorer for the Mustangs, as that one's wide. And have an icing call.
So Isn't it funny now? Like I was saying before, keep him to the outside, don't give him anything, and play the period that you want to play. At the start of the period, a little bit lax in their own end. Next thing you know, a goal gets scored. Now they're in behind them, and another goal gets scored. So they need to stop, focus, have a think about what's going on, and play the period they played at the start of the game.
The Bears historically known for playing the neutral zone trap and trying to fire one in behind the defence of the respective team. As this comes here to Perron down the near side. Perron moves in on Kimlin. Tried to slip that one up to the high slot. Lander picked it off. And a 2-on-2 break the other way here for the Sydney Bears. Lander with Brucker. Lander to the outside, and he runs out of real estate. And that one goes into the corner. Schlamp arriving there for the Mustangs. A shot from the point from Foons. Turned aside pretty comfortably there by Hayes. Puck moved in behind the net. Lander trying to dance his way through. But enough time now here for Brucker. Oh, he's made an error of judgment. Here comes O'Kane. With Schlamp. O'Kane shoots, and that was blocked before getting through the net of Anthony Kimlin. Danger not over, though, as that shot, I think that hit Tyrell Clare up high. And the past couple of weeks turned into a bit of a puck depository. He looks to be okay after that one. Schlamp shoots, and that one was off the skate of Jamie Burke and in behind the goal line. Burke now gathers this puck in. Moved up now here by the Mustangs through Matt Beatty, going on his own run. Well, it gets hook there for his trouble. Lander's going, Esposito, excuse me, is going to be the offender on this occasion. Legitimately this time, when he got the penalty in the first period when he shouldn't have.
So he's the right guy to go, for sure. And there's Beatty again with the puck. Like, this guy's got wheels, and he's not afraid to use them.
Yeah, hook all day there.
And he's trying to say, no, as he drops his stick. But I think, dude, it's all over Red Rover.
So another power play opportunity here for the Mustangs this evening. It's their third one of the game. There's Perron digging there with Kokanen. And Noseworthy puts Kokanen into the glass. Puck moved. There's a forward. Nick Reve claiming he got one up high. We're going to have a high sticking penalty. There's actually Nick Reve that got called. There's this shot there from Burke, and that one's blocked. And this one goes into the corner. Finally touched here by the Bears. It was actually Nick Reve who got a high stick. But the Bears are going to the box. May have been his own teammate there, as Noseworthy has a little conversation with Maxime Perron. Let's have to pick this up on the replay. Oh yeah, shoved his man down. Well, Reve looked like Reve got Perron's butt end of his stick up in his face. From the replay anyway. And a 5-on-3 now here for the Mustangs. Noseworthy not happy.
So what do you reckon happened there? Why did Noseworthy, where did he go?
So if you could see that off the play, it would have been interference, shoved his man to the ice. As Reve was jousting there with Perron on the puck. So interference the call. Here's Burke now to the low slot. Burke, as O'Kane gets knocked over in front of the net. Burke now with a bit of time. Puts it right off now here to Beatty, looking for options. Quick one-timer there from Burke, and that's over the mask of Anthony Kimlin. 7:33 to go here. As Perron patrols up high for the Mustangs. Burke back to Perron. One-time shot saved by Kimlin, and then it goes in behind the net. As the Bears trying to force the puck out of their own zone. They're going to get to it here by Lander. Took a check for his troubles, but he's got the puck out. And Hayes comes out to clear as Schlamp steps on the ice for Cam Todd. And we have 50 seconds remaining on the penalty to Esposito. 7:06 remaining here in the second. The 2-1 scoreline. Burke, who scored earlier, pulls up after faking the shot. Hands off now here to Perron. Moving in. Perron thought about the shot. Tried to dish it out to Kokanen. And the block proved the difference. Kokanen now here to Perron. Now here to Burke. Back to Perron now at the point. Perron back to Burke again. Shot there, and it's gobbled up by Kimlin. And O'Kane trying to dig it. The loose puck gets a hand in the face there from Reve after a pretty vigorous search for a rebound, and we'll have a whistle.
Well, they got one or two good shots off on Kimlin, and that's what they want to do.
Yep.
I think Jamie likes to go high on him. I'd be interested to know why that is.
Yeah. Well,
although he did beat him high, so I can't take anything away from him.
Yep. 6:45 remaining. 27 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Here's McMahon at the point as the Mustangs have got their second penalty power play unit on the ice. Jones Jones has it now up high. Quick one-time blast there from McMahon, and that missed everything and goes wide. It's Brendan McDowell on the end of that shot, McMahon on the other point. Here comes Vyasov down the outside as Esposito rejoins the action. We'll have a 5-on-4 now here for at least 30 seconds. The shot through traffic there from McMahon has tipped them wide. Jones in the corner now here for the Mustangs. Try to get it behind the net to Stringer. Vyasov takes control. Look back now here for a shot from McDowell. That was loose in front, and McDowell couldn't find an open shooting lane, and Kimlin covers.
And there were 2 rebounds there too, so that's what you're looking for. You're looking for him to make the save but not control the puck, so you get the rebound and put it away. And it just landed in an awkward position. He couldn't get control of it, but there's the trailer, right? And he didn't get good wood on it either. So Mr. Kimlin was lucky there.
Yeah. So time expiring here in the second, about 6 minutes of it though. Still plenty of hockey in this frame. Here's Beatty. Back wide to McCoy. As Noseworthy gets ready to rejoin the play. Here's Beatty now. His shot didn't get meat on it. And McDowell comes up with a puck. It's 5-on-5 action now as Noseworthy steps on the ice. The Bears still treating it like a power play though. That shot is tipped in front. Coconut managed to get the shaft on it, but took most of the speed of the shot off in the process as O'Kane went looking for Brewer in front of the net. Noseworthy looking for the puck. Did well to go on one knee and still gather the puck in and get a shot off. And Schlamp just couldn't get a tip in front, but they managed to get back onside. Can the Bears? Well, not fast enough as far as Jackson Brewer is concerned, as he was offside at the change, and we'll get a whistle.
That was interesting when Noseworthy came out of the box and he actually played it like he was trying to kill a penalty when they were 5-on-5. So that's the sort of thing where I tell my players when I coach, you need to be aware of where you are in the game at all times and react accordingly.
Yeah. Particularly when you're coaching reserves. So used to often here is Rivet on the right side of the goal line, looking for Brucker there. McMahon with Brucker in pursuit, gets checked into the glass. Schlamp looking for the puck. The Mustangs come out with it though through Burke. Burke one-on-one here with Tyrell Clare. Burke cuts to the high slot, looks for that shot again, up high. And Kimlin got the shoulder on that and forced it into the glass. The Mustangs trying to hem the Bears in their own zone. The Bears have managed to escape, and this is going to be icing, providing Schlamp could go. Oh, Schlamp's got a bit of protest there with the linesman.
Yeah, well, that was sort of nip and tuck there, mate.
Well, 36 years old, can still move. So, long-time captain of the Sydney Bears, Michael Schlamp. Oh, I'm not far behind him, I'm only 34, so...
Well, 36 isn't that old, dude.
I'm playing Night Owls next year.
I'd like to be 36 again.
Well, I'd like to be 26 or 16 again. Maybe not 16, but 26 definitely. As well, that's shot out, and we could have a delay of game penalty here, but not in the opinion of the referee. May have been deflected on the way out, but I thought that the Bears have actually shot that out.
Schlamp's saying a few things to the referee.
Well, Rivet, he was headed to the box. Well, Nick Rivet he just said, I was guilty, and he was going straight off. But, well, Bears get away with one, or maybe not.
Nope, he's going now.
Oh, he's playing the honesty system.
Well.
Okay.
Good guy, or what do you call that?
I don't know. Maybe hand in the cookie jar stuff. Here's Beatty to the top of the circle. Another power play here for the Mustangs. They've had more than their fair share tonight. There's Burke back now here to the point. Beatty with a drive straight into the stomach of Kimlin. He holds on.
Well, they've got to capitalize on this. I mean, at the end of the day, they had a 5-on-3 for a minute and a half, and they didn't score. They need to do something to get back at even strength here, 2-2.
You see Pat O'Kane in the washing machine, as it's affectionately known by some players, providing that screen in front of the net. Here's Burke. Parent now. Back to Burke, manning one of the points. Beatty's on the other. He's got the puck now. Dished out wide. And here's Parent. Parent throws it in front, looking for a tip. And a beautiful play there by Beatty, who did change places on the point to provide that screen and then eventually tip, but just went wide of the net of Anthony Kimlin. Parent now back to Beatty. Beatty throws it in front. O'Kane parked right in front of him. Shot from Beatty, and he just blazes away up high. Mustangs turning on the pressure here on this power play with 109 of it remaining. 3:54 left to go here in the second period. Slung around and eventually dished out now here to Maxime Longelier-Perron. Gets to the high slot area, fires one, and Kimlin cuts it out. And Brian Foons has a little bit of a shoving match there with O'Kane, and Anthony Kimlin is not happy about something. Let's have a look at this on the replay.
He just skated away, but I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to rattle O'Kane, and they give him a pretty good go here.
Oh, they broke his, I think he almost broke his stick in there.
And I mean, all Pat was doing what he should be doing, and that's get in front of Kimlin. And the Mustangs got to take advantage of that. They need to keep the shot low, so Pat's got something to work with.
So Paddy Ward's going to the box. Slashed the call, apparently. I thought that was actually all Brian Foons in terms of the action.
And the good thing, the good thing with Pat is he didn't retaliate. He could have retaliated, but he actually drew the penalty, and that was a smart thing to do.
Well, he knows his old man's watching, so he could be repercussions later. So 3:42, another 5-on-3 here for the Mustangs, the second one of this hockey game. And 55 seconds left on the delay of game penalty to Nick Rivet.
Let's just say something. Have a think about last game. Second period, Bears are in the box.
Yep.
They spent more time in the box this period, and they've just been lucky, okay?
Yeah, they've certainly had their chances of the Mustangs. They haven't made the Bears pay. As McMahon throws it up wide, and it's off the side of the net, and the crowd thought it went in. And you can see the water bottle even move too. You wouldn't blame him. But
well, if I was a betting man, mate, I'd say something's going to go in this time.
Here's Sean Jones. Moves it up ice. There for Vyasov. Almost cut out there at the blue line by Lander. Knows where he skates onto it and slaps it all the way out. But straight onto the waiting stick of Michael McMahon as the Mustangs regroup in the neutral zone through Adam Vyasov. Moves in over the line to the outside. Waits for players to take their places. One of them, Kokkonen, hands it off now to McMahon. One-time pass to Jones. Back to McMahon at the point. Jones fires, and we got a stoppage.
Net move. The net move
is off. And we'll have a face-off. 7 seconds left on the penalty to number 7. And it'll be a 5-on-4 for a minute 3, providing the Mustangs don't score, of course. And being the theme of their power play so far this evening, it's a pretty safe bet. Well, you'd hope it wasn't, but at the moment they just can't score on the power play.
Yeah.
2:53 remaining. Here's Beatty. Hands off as Rivet rejoins the action from the penalty box. Burke with a shot, and Kimlin saw it all the way and got the glove up. Beatty now 5-on-4 here for the Mustangs. Perron at the top of the offensive zone, just gets it out there to Kokkonen. Back now here to Perron. Perron moving in, looking for an angle. Burke finds one and puts it into the glass and ends up skittling the puck all the way back into their own zone to the Mustangs, and Beatty retreats and hands off to Perron. Just 30 seconds left here on this penalty, and that's going to be icing. Well, Kimlin came out of his net and washed out the icing call, but no Bears defenseman in position, but a forward is, and that's Jackson Brewer, and he's in behind the Mustangs defense. Here's Brewer. Toe drag, tried to slip it through to Schlamm, and a great save there by Hayes. A short-handed opportunity there for the Bears against the run of play. Very nearly could have been 3-1. Burke moves it across, and bouncing puck there for O'Kane, and he just couldn't settle it down. Here's Burke now moving in. Burke shoots and puts it into the glass. And that's it for the power play as Ward is back on the ice, and back to 5-on-5 hockey here at the O'Brien Group Arena. That's going to be icing, and we'll get a whistle. 93 seconds remaining in the second period.
Well, it's not very often that you get 2 5-on-3s in the same period and you can't put the puck away. So if they want to win this game, they have to take advantage of that. They set that up beautifully, and they just never took advantage of it. So they'll need to go away and have a long, hard think about that one.
And as you said, Burke seems to be shooting high on Kimlin, but
absolutely
too high. Just can't seem to keep the shot down.
No.
Here's Vyasov. Gets put into the glass, and the Bears skate away with a puck here through Ward. Throws it out there looking for 49, Jackson Brewer. Taken away by 19, Damien Bright for the Mustangs, and gathered in by 4, Bellick. Andrew Bellick, as far as the Bellick brothers are concerned, for the Mustangs. Moved out now by the Bears out to centre, but stolen by Stringer. And he puts it right into the corner. 1:03 remaining in this second period as the Mustangs get a change, and comes out now here to Steve Bellick. Slings it right back in for his brother Andrew to go chase, but the Bears get there first and fire it right back out. Stringer fires it right back in, and Kimlin's forced out of his net to play it. Leaves it behind now here for Reve. First line on the ice now here for the Mustangs. And maybe an opportunity for the Bears to get one before the end of the period. As that one's fired in front as Todd was looking for the tip. Great feed there from Jackson Brewer. But Hayes equal to the task and keeps it at 2-1.
Well, now it's a very important save. So it was a good save. Stops the play, right? 36 seconds left. The last thing you want is for that to go in. So it's imperative that they get into the dressing room at 2-1.
It's actually noseworthy on that feed as Bellick slaps the puck around. He slapped it a little too much as it's gone in the netting off the glass, and we'll have a face-off.
What about NHL playoffs? What do you reckon?
Look, great Game 7 from Ottawa at Pittsburgh. The sentiment of me, my team was like, Nashville eliminated the Blackhawks in the first round, so I can't go for Nashville, but I don't like the Pittsburgh Penguins either in terms of a fan perspective. So a bit indifferent as that shot was stopped by Hayes, and it flew to the side of the net, and we'll get a whistle, and that will do it.
Bit of post-whistle hacking going on there, and I think Beatty didn't like it, so he decided to...
Plenty at the other end as well, so that was Jackson Brewer trying to dig under Jack Hayes. But no, I mean, to be honest, indifferent about who wins the Cup this year. I mean, I'd like to see Nashville win their first ever, but whether they can do it or not is another story. As, well, that went in the netting again right off the face-off, and we'll have another whistle.
And what's your distaste with Pittsburgh Penguins?
No, I'd just like to see someone different win. It's just been Pittsburgh and Chicago essentially, and LA for the last 6 years. But I mean, the best team wins on the day, and if it's Pittsburgh, well, they deserve it. So considering they had a fair run of injuries, and Crosby had the concussion, and so it's also not just who's the best, it's also who's the least banged up often in the first and second week of June. As this one moved out to the point, here's Reve with a shot, and that's blazing away wide. And well, a couple of cross-checking match there between Brewer and Jones in front of the net as this one moves back to the Mustang. He's Beatty to the outside. Glove save there by Kimlin.
It was Bellick,
actually, and Brewer having a conversation. Bellick was suspended, remember, from last week after that tussle with Nick Dahlberg as... well, Maxime Perron trying to play the role of peacemaker. And Nick Reve joining in the conversation as well. And as Nick Reve, we're trying to listen into what he's got to say.
It's probably inviting him for a beer after the game.
Of course, sounds like a free one. And well, we can't repeat most of that conversation, but anyway, it's 2-1 after the second period of action. And Rod, a real arm wrestle, but it opened up a little bit there in the second.
Well, my thoughts are that if you want to win the game, play the game like you played the first period. And they didn't do that at the start, and they let them get 2 goals, and then they had many opportunities to put the puck away. So it's imperative that they cash in when they get the opportunity, and they play sound hockey.
So, wrap things up here. End of the second. 2-1 to the Sydney Bears. We'll be back with the third period play right after this. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne. Sydney Bears currently leading the Mustangs 2-1 here at the end of the second. And third period should be a dandy with the previous 2. Complete juxtaposition in terms of the scoring from last night. And there's only 3 goals scored in the game so far. We had 13 last night. And Rod, your thoughts coming into this third period?
Well, my thoughts are certainly play the third period like you played the first one, get the equalizer, and then just keep coming at them. And I think I said to you before that they need to tax Kimlin and keep the puck down and make him work for it. So I hope someone talked to them about that in the intermission.
A big shout out to Kevin Morrison on Twitter, watching us from Florida at 4 or 5 in the morning, I believe. East Coast time. Is this one shot into the path of Kimlin? It's loose in front. Kimlin goes down. Nets off its moorings. Referee hasn't seen it. And play continues. There's a Perron feed that one in front. Ed McCoy has it now here for the Mustangs. Perron now down low. McCoy calling for it at the point. Perron fires it on net and puts it straight into the netting. That'll be an outside the zone face-off. Well, deflected according to the referee. We'll have it inside.
We've been Twitterless here, except for Lisa. What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're concerns about your grammar. I'm not sure.
I don't know if you saw that wayward one while the play was going. I think they were trying to test my tongue twisting ability.
Well, I saw one up there in between intermissions, which might actually test you, but we'll see how that progresses as this one's shot up. As Burke tries to bat this one out of the air. Schlamp skates around with it, fires it out to center. It's stolen here by Beatty, and he goes back in over the blue line. Fires on net, and he scores! Matt Beatty has tied the game at 2. The Mustangs draw level.
Watch the play. Did it go off the stick? It looks like it might have went off the stick right off the start of his shot. Right there. See that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think he just completely misplayed that. And in his defense, it was a sort of a funny shot that went off the stick.
So Matt Beatty, after searching for it all last night, he had plenty of good opportunities. He gets one tonight, and it's 2-2. Well, Mustangs and Bears even.
So it can't be tic-tac-toe, though, if they want to win.
Here's McMahon. Dealt wide now here for Damien Bright. The puck in behind the net, stolen here by Saxonair. Puts it back out to the point there for Clare. Into Esposito, who's had a pretty good game for the Bears this evening. They dished out now back to Bright. He starts the rush here for the Mustangs. Little chip and chase, goes to get his own puck. One-on-one there with Reveille. He managed to get it out now here to Joel Rhodes. Fired back out to centre. Here's McMahon, slings it right back in. Mustangs will have to touch up. They're offside. Clare goes back to retrieve the biscuit here for the Bears, out to Vyasov at centre. And he peels off and hands it right back to Michael McMahon as the Mustangs complete their line change and start out on this attacking drive. Beatty busts in, looking for his second. That shot was off the shin pads of Reveille and in behind the net. Clare tries to help it the rest of the way. And Vyasov takes command here again for the Mustangs. Just centers that one on net. Kimlin forced into a save, and the rebound kicks right back out now here to Vyasov. Got it on the other side of the ice. Vyasov peels right back off. Pursued there by Reveille. Cycles it back now here for Voller. He was trying to stick that through there to Matt Stringer. And a little bit of chess going on there in the corner, but it's finally out back into the neutral zone. The Mustangs will have to go back onside, and Vyasov just couldn't get onto the other end of that pass there from Beatty. It's drilled back by him by Voller. Good effort from him. So Vyasov just decides to let that one go. Bellick pinches in and keeps the play alive. And did a good job to get that through there to Vyasov. Vyasov now puts it back into the corner. There's Nick Reveille with Stringer. Reveille comes out the victor of that encounter. Flicks it right back up. But it comes back to Reveille. Mustangs doing a great job of hemming the Bears in their own end in this last shift. But the Bears look like they got a bit of time and space to affect something. And a great pass up now here to Noseworthy, moving in, he shoots! Great save there from Hayes as he got the pad and denied Tyler Noseworthy his hat-trick. And shot the length of the ice. That's going to be icing. And we'll have a whistle.
And how important was that save?
Yep.
The last guy that you want to be freewheeling is Noseworthy, and he got a pretty good shot off on Hayes. Hayes got the pad on it and redirected it and saved their bacon.
Tom Voller had a good shift there too. Didn't have much ice time here this evening. We've got the sandwich treatment there from Reveille and Terrell Clare. There's the puck moved in behind the net of Reveille. Good job there from Beatty to evade the check there of Brucker. It's moved up now here to Lander, and he peels off and back in. Gets checked there by Kokkonen, and Perron swoops on the loose puck. Tries to set out in front of his own net. Gets some close attention there from Brucker. Fires this one in, and Kokkonen's waiting at the other half wall to pounce on the dumped in puck, but Schlamp there gets it out to Brucker. Held in the right side of the line by Michael McMahon. Kimlin forced into a save. And fired right back out in front of the penalty box here by the Bears. Brucker, Schlamp. Flicks it out wide for Lander to skate onto. Lander now Trying to get by Bright. Centers in front, too much on it. And all the way back out into neutral ice. And Kokanen now with O'Kane trailing him. Man here to Perron. He shoots. Oh, saved by Kimlin. And Perron was searching for the third goal for the Mustangs. And it remains 2-2.
And a good setup again. So he had two options, Kokanen. He had Perron in the high slot, and he had O'Kane off to the right. Chooses Perron. Perron gets a good shot off. Kimlin comes up with a save.
16:30 to go here in the third period. This Mustangs and Bears game. A long-range shot on Jack Hayes, and he elects to hold on, and the Bears win themselves a face-off.
Well, so far so good. 2-2, anyone's game. Next goal is imperative. Here we go. Remember that time I got wrecked at center ice? Daniel. Thanks for that, dude.
Yes, the Czech heard round the world against the Gold Coast Blue Tongues Greg Bay in 2012. And I'm not sure why Daniel Selinsky's trying to relive that moment, because he's trying to not relive it most waking hours of the day anyway, when he's not having nightmares. This one moved out there here, McDowell, as Bright skates onto it. Rivet trying to win it, and Bright collides with his own player. Moved back out now here by the Mustangs, and out they come through Sean Jones through centre. Looking there with Burke to his left. Blair drops it now back off to Burke to Jones, and it's fished out of danger there by Joel Rhodes. Moved back now here to Beatty for the Mustangs. Well timed to get onside as his teammates were touching up. Beatty, tried to back that, it went on off Kimlin. And there's appeals that it went in.
Let's see that on the replay.
I think that actually went off the back of Kimlin's mask, and he caught it. Let's have a, not sure we'll be able to see if it crossed the line from this angle. Now here's Matt Beatty.
Can't see, did you see it?
Can't see from that angle.
Be good to see that again.
Oh, we have to call Toronto on that one.
Let's go to the video.
That would have been very interesting, but a great save by Kimlin had it been indeed on the right side of the goal line.
So they're sort of trying to say that it went over his shoulder and he scooped it back out and you couldn't tell.
Yeah, well, intelligent play by Matt Beatty to try that, bank that one off the back of Kimlin. Very nearly a 3-2 game. As
that was fairly slow. Bellick came in onto the circle. Everyone's pointing at him. They still went for it.
Let's have another look at this. Here's Beatty. And, well, hits Kimlin. Oh, actually, you can see it hit the post there.
Yep.
So I think it's just dropped to this. Oh, it's just obscured
Yeah,
from
you
our
can't
view
see
there.
it.
It definitely went off Kimlin's mask and hit the post, and whether it went in is another story. Here's Vyasov. Fires and puts it in the netting. That's deflected. And
I don't know if you noticed, but before that play, there was Mustangs came in over the blue line and they set Burke up, right? Bears spending a lot of minutes in the box, almost as many as a Well, Daniel, we'll have to talk about that later. Did you see your life flash before your eyes?
Well, 20 minutes is a long time. Generally, you can only live sustainably if you've less than 4 minutes oxygen. Here's Rivet. But now here to Brewer. Shot, and that one's blocked up and into the corner. And Vyasov takes over here for the Mustangs. Might explain Daniel's producing skills later.
Yeah.
Here's Stringer down the near side. And he does battle there with Cam Todd. The Mustangs have it hemmed in the Bears' defensive zone. Oh, Todd looked like he got his stick up a little high there on Bellick, but play continues. Noseworthy to Brewer now, through centre. Brewer trying to get in behind McMahon. Brewer to the outside, and McMahon did a pretty good job of slaying his offensive dragon and stuffed that one out. And now here to Brian Foons. Meets there with Perron. Puck bubbles up. Bright's there for the Mustangs. Pursued there by Foons pinching in. And he's done well to buy his team some territory. And indeed the puck, as Schlamp has it in the corner. Gets muscled there. Tried to slip it through here to Brucker. It's gloved down by Schlamp, but right into Mustang's hands. That of McMahon. Brucker throws the body on McMahon there in the corner. And it's moved right back out now here to Lander. Gets checked there by O'Kane. Fought his way through though, did Lander, and fought his way all the way over the blue line. Brucker tried to lend a hand. The Mustangs come back the other way. Here's McDowell. Slips it in front, looking for O'Kane. Did well to take the pass. He shoots. And about a metre wide to the far post of Anthony Kimlett. Brian Boone's now trying to lay some pressure there on the Mustangs forwards. And Anton Kokinen, the target at that time. And Schlamp's got a breakaway, well, a break of sorts. He was off to a breakaway as he fires that one in on Schlamp. And he covers. Schlamp, had he taken that, it would have been on a breakaway. Landon was going the other way.
I can't say enough good things about Perrant. Like, I don't know, people are busy watching the puck carrier, but Perrant busted his backside to get back in that play and pick up the loose man in front. That's what you want, you know?
Yeah.
So 10 gold stars for him.
13:22 to go here in the third. Tied hockey game. That shot through traffic, good save by Hayes, a loose puck, and they score! Off the rebound, Joel Rhodes puts it past Hayes. And just like that, the Bears with a nose in front, and it's 3-2.
Well, that was unfortunate. He
we got most of it too.
Well, he made the save, and he dropped the rebound in front of himself, and he tried to get back and recover, but it wasn't going to happen.
Actually looked like it just tipped off the mask there of Hayes, but not enough on the shot. It's only a one-goal game, though, at the moment.
Well, it's still very much anyone's game, and there's plenty of time to play here.
Absolutely. So Joel Rhodes tallies for the Bears. Inserted into the lineup this week after the injury to Richie Tazari. And he gets one here for the Bears, and Reve has it now for Sydney. Reve fires him, and he scores! Wow, 2 goals in 2 shifts here for the Bears, and it's 4-2. The Mustangs caught napping, and they're suddenly in a 2-goal hole.
Yep, well, it's just one of those things. I mean, Reve stepped over the blue line, he let a solid shot go. The defenseman was there. Hayes might not have seen it all the way, and it's in the goal, and it's 4-2. So it's amazing how quickly things can change.
Well, we said it was anyone's game a moment ago, and now it's the Bears' game to lose, as it was last night, I should say. Well, how will the Mustangs respond? We've got 12:59 to do so. And they've got to find some leadership to take control of this game. This is Brewer. Find out now. Vyasov looking to steal that one from Reve. Gets bumped there by Stringer. Good work from him. And Vyasov allows Stringer to gather the puck in. Vyasov has the puck now for the Mustangs through center. Fires it in. Gets the check there from Todd. Voller now in for the Mustangs. Voller with 2 Sydney Bears players to deal with. And allows Vyasov to come in and try and sweep out the puck from a myriad of skates. Vyasov slings that one in front of the high slot. O'Kane was just 2 steps behind. And here comes Brewer for the Bears, but that's cancelled out effectively by Tom Voller. And the Mustangs change up their lines. 12-12 to go here in the third period. The Mustangs found themselves on the receiving end of a 2-goal flurry in the space of 20 seconds, as it was 2-2 just 2 minutes ago. Schlamp now gets checked into the glass there by O'Kane. Fired up ice now by Foons. Here's Lander streaking down the far side. Lander to the outside with Kokinen and Beatty. Throws it into the high slot. Schlamp's there for the Bears, but forced back out into the corner. Schlamp centers, looking for a tip in front, and they score! 5-3. Jeremy Brucker from Schlamp. And in the space of 3 minutes, 3 goals to the Bears, and it's a 3-goal game.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, because it sort of, Max was there trying to redirect it.
It's come off the skate of Brucker there. Yeah.
Well, and I think Max might have helped that too, by total accident, because he was trying to clear the puck, and one thing led to another, and it took a funny bounce. Hayes was off to the other side, and it went in.
So the Sydney Bears, 5 goals, 3 of them in this third period. Timeout called now here by Coach Michael Flaherty to try and stem this momentum.
I think that's the right thing to do. You want to get a hold of them, get them back to the bench and have a little bit of a chat, because there's still enough time to make something happen here. They just need to stay focused and keep the momentum going that they had before the cavalcade of goals came along.
Should he have perhaps taken the timeout after that second goal, do you think?
Possibly. I mean, possibly, but you know, it's hard to jump into someone's head and have a think
Yeah.
about that. I mean, from my perspective, I might not have done that. I definitely think I would have done it now. Okay, you just gotta calm the storm. I'm sure that there'd be people that would be thinking, do I make a goalie change too?
Yeah.
Okay,
So 11:44 to go. The Bears with 3 goals in 3 minutes, and they lead by 3. And well, currently with a hand and 4 fingers on the 3 points here this afternoon, as that shot gloved by Kimlin and he holds on.
Bernie O'Mac. That's Sydney Bears Joe Rhodes' first AHL goal since 2013 when he played for Sydney Ice Dogs. Well, from a Mustangs perspective, Bernie, he picked a bad time to do that. Not good for him.
A good time for the Bears. It's been 4 years in the making as far as Joel Rhodes is concerned. Here's Lander now. Got 2 Mustang players to beat, but he's got assistance there from his captain, Schlamp. Back to Lander. Lander moving in, trying to get it there through to Brucker, looking for his second. He gets it back out to the point now here to Reve. Bears do a good job of keeping this one in the zone. Schlamp forces it through down here to Brucker. It's tangled up in the skates there of Maxime Perron. Just can't get it over the blue line. Schlamp holds the line and puts it into the corner. Tries to connect there with Brucker. The Mustangs now being hemmed in their own end, but they finally break out with Kokkonen all by his lonesome. Kokkonen to the high slot. Kokkonen now. And he gets hauled down. What's the penalty? Not according to the referee. McMahon has it. His own blue line now here for the Mustangs. Bright. Well, fanned on the pass. Sean Jones, the lucky recipient of the redirect. And pushed all the way back out now here to Burke, who gets smashed there by Reve. Keep your head up, son, says Nick Reve. Jamie Burke flattened. Some big hits in this game tonight. Esposito's thrown a couple, and then Reve threw one, but here's McMahon throwing one on net, and that's gobbled up by Kimlin, and he covers.
So I'm going to say that, like, Jamie did a little pirouette. He got taken out, but he did the right thing. He got back up and back in the play and just let that one slide. And that's exactly what he's got to do, because the kid's got skill coming out of every aspect of his body, and he needs to know that. And he did the right thing. He took the hit, and he keeps on going.
On the replay, he sort of didn't get... Reve cleaned him up pretty good, but didn't get all of it. So, as Burke was turning. So, but... you know, a step further, could have been a hospital pass. But 10:21 in the third remaining. 5-2 to the Sydney Bears if you just tuned in. It's moved out now here to Cam Todd. Dishes it wide now here to Brewer. Brewer forced down the outside. And he sends it in front. Oh, off the pipe. Tyler Noseworthy connected, but ran out of real estate to try and put that past Jack Hayes and found iron instead. As Jones puts this one in behind the net, all the way into the opposite corner. There's Burke now. Looks like Michael Flaherty's shortened his bench. Jones throws it in front. Kimlin ties it up at the side of the net.
Well, he's got to try something. He's got to try something to shake it up a bit. Although, maybe not. Michael Clough, Mustangs hockey, and ability to maintain a defensive structure for 3 periods is coming to the fore again. Well, Michael, we certainly talked about that. Hockey game is 3 periods. You need to play the 3 periods like you played the first one, and you'll come out a winner. If you drop your bundle and lose focus, you're in trouble.
As Reve backhands this one out of the zone. Lander couldn't gather in. But the Bears end up with it back at centre ice as Schlamp wheels back and hands it off to Brucker with Lander going to the net. Brucker now trying to hit the trailer here in Schlamp. And nice pass, an idea anyway, as Claire just a step to the right. A step to the left, he could have been on the receiving end of that one and had a pretty decent shot at goal. Schlamp retreats into his own end, gives it back now here to Nick Reve. And Sydney Bears, the rematch of this fixture will be the weekend after the All-Star weekend, so 2 weeks from today. These 2 teams will meet up at Macquarie as Lander shoots and a glove save made by Hayes. As the Mustangs on the road, with the exception of the Melbourne Derby on June the 25th. So a long road trip in terms of the Mustangs season. To be fair, they've had every game at home so far.
That's right.
So this one moved out now here by Brucker to Todd. Lander just onside. Landon now fires through traffic. Good save there from Hayes as he kicks that one out. And Bellick starts to rush the other way now here for the Mustangs. Held in by the Mustangs here, moving in front. He's like, Kane, and he scores!
Yep.
Patrick O'Kane with a reply. The deficit's now 2. It's a 5-3 game.
And the interesting thing there was I think Batum thought that the play wasn't going to happen, and he was a bit disappointed. But O'Kane was right in front, picks the puck up, and for those guys who are just playing this game, he scored that goal off a backhand and beat Kimlin looking the other way. Great goal.
It's like Noseworthy went down there to block as well, may have obscured Kimlin, but either way, it was a great goal by Pat O'Kane. His first of the game, and a great time to score. The difference now 2. And, well, really could be a case of next goal wins this game. As Coconut, his passer ends up with Paddy Ward. Now back to McMahon. McMahon fires this one in deep. Kimlin forced out of his net. O'Kane, the goal scorer from just moments ago, onto the puck. Chip that one out. He gets met with a shoulder there from Cam Todd. According to his old man Jeff Todd, who spoke to during the intermission, he was all right after taking that slap shot to the knee last night. Actually, the padding shifted as he went down to block the shot, which is why it hurt so much. And there's nothing but bone and skin on that side of the knee. Here's Coconut. Coconut still has it. Coconut fighting through traffic, backhands it, loses stick in the process. It's loose in front, and the net is off its moorings. Kimlin had it covered. We'll get a whistle.
Well, Kokanen and company have got to make this happen, and I mean he's trying his best. He's come all the way around and had a pretty good go at it, but he had no option there. So power to the Bears for keeping him to the outside and never giving him the shot, but he had the right idea.
There's Kane, who's been wearing some punishment in front of the net all night. Did so again. You saw Cam Todd giving him a shot there.
It goes back to what I said before, though. He's right there, so use him properly. He can't be taking the punishment and not being used in the option that he should be used in.
Yeah. So here's Jones. Flips it in front. Oh, nice deflection there from Brendan McDowell, but saved by Kimlin. And we get a whistle.
Well, you're right, mate. If the Mustangs score, the momentum's with them, obviously, and it's very, very much anyone's game. At the moment, 7 minutes left. No one should be sleeping soundly on the Bears bench.
Here's Burke. Throws it in front. No one home except Bears players. And that was Jeremy Barker. Lander now with a puck in front of the Mustangs bench. Gets cancelled out there by McCoy in the corner. Manages to hold on to the puck, though, and fight through that check. Lander slings it in front to the point. Brevet there for the Bears. Puts it in behind. Looking for Tyrell Clare to skate onto. Clare now to Lander. It's muscled there by Sean Jones. Jones done a pretty good job there to force the issue there with Lander. It's thrown back out now here to Clare. Puts one on net. And it's blocked up high, and a breakaway developing here for Jamie Burke, moving in one-on-one with Kimlin. Burke fakes a shot, goes left, goes right, he scores! 5-4, second goal of the game for Burke. The Mustangs clawing their way back.
Well, well, well. What a good little move. And bingo. So, you just can't let someone like Jamie Burke get behind you. But in the Bears' defense, I think the puck took a bit of a bounce. He was there, and he's got wheels. And, man, when he gets a chance, he's going. So what a great move. And it's 5-4. 6 minutes left.
And now the Sydney Bears call a timeout.
Yep.
Trying to cancel out the Mustangs' momentum.
So if our producer can wind it back, let's see how that play started again.
So what do you do now if you're the Sydney Bears? You clog up the neutral zone and try and win it 5-4, or do you go for the kill?
Mate, if you take your foot off the pedal, you're asking for it, okay? So you've got to remember that the best defense is a good offense, and while you're doing that, you must take the middle away from them, okay? Otherwise, you're in trouble.
That's the goal earlier from Pat O'Kane. That was a great setup there from Biasso.
But like I said, if you watch Batum, he actually thought the play wasn't going to capitalize because the pass that he made, which was the right pass, hit something, and he just thought it isn't going to happen. but it did, and O'Kane picked the puck up and did the right thing.
Foons flips it in behind the goal line. Stringer coming in. Oh, what a hit there from Noseworthy. The full head of steam. Vyasov back the other way. Noseworthy imposing his physical will as he was last night. Oh, we got a penalty coming up, and I believe Noseworthy will be the man sitting as the Mustangs still have the puck. Sydney haven't touched it yet. They have now, and that will be a whistle.
Did you see it?
Elbowing the call.
Let's see a replay on that one. Here we go.
This is that's not it there.
No,
here we go.
Right here.
So here's Stringer with the puck. That's just a troll. We would like to have seen that. But 6:15 to go.
Well, if you're the Bears, you definitely don't want that, mate.
So a power play here for the Mustangs and a chance to make it 5-5. Thought that was well, from my angle, looked like a clean hit, but we won't know until we see the replay. Here's Kokkonen now with the puck. Kokkonen in the corner. All the way back now goes Beatty to retrieve this. 97 seconds left on the man advantage here for the Mustangs. As Lander gets dug at there. So Lander does the digging there on Beatty, I should say. 5:40 remaining. And just a second ago, the Mustangs looked dead and buried, and they've scored 2 goals and made the difference 1. Here's Kokkonen. As we talked about earlier, with the theme from last night continue, and indeed it has so far, as Perron's shot is deflected and into the netting.
Well, what we also talked about, though, was the Mustangs' power play. So, again, they've been given a huge opportunity to get right back on 5-all. They have to score on this power play.
Yeah.
And so, while Max was trying to set up, he had a guy there. He should have taken the shot.
Yep. As Rivet digs at the puck and moves out through center. Rivet 2-on-2 with Schlamp. Rivet now tries to toe drag his way through Burke. Burke wins that battle. Comes away with the puck, much to the applause of the Mustangs faithful. Moved out now here by O'Kane. He peels off and waits for players to take places. Burke does so. He's got McMahon to his right. Goes to him now. McMahon. Back to Burke. One-time blast. Hits over the Kokkonen with an empty net. Miss to the right. And, well, what a save from Kimlin on the initial shot.
And a great shot, too.
All Kokkonen had to do was that yawning net. But anyway, play's not over. Here's Kokkonen now. It's here. The Mustangs crowd have just gone so quiet in anticipation. To Perron, back to now here to Burke. Burke through traffic, it's deflected, it's loose. There's 14 seconds remaining here on this power play. O'Kane gets hassled there in front of the net. And double down to the ice goes Terrell Clare, but not before he cleared the zone. And that will do it here for the penalty to Noseworthy. We're back to 5-on-5 with 4:12 remaining here in the third as Todd throws the check there on McMahon. And Foons tries to cut his man off. Vyasov gets shoved to the ice there by Terrell Clare. Great check from him. And we've got another penalty. This time it's going to go against the Mustangs. And a 2-on-2 break now here. Here's Brewer trying to look there for Noseworthy. He slides this one through. That will be that. And the Mustangs will go to the box. Not what they wanted with 3:50 to go.
Hooking there.
Batten the offender on that occasion. We have a look here behind the net. Here's a check from Clare and a beauty. It's forced Vyasov face first into the ice. Now there's an elbow. Yeah. The hooking was the call, apparently. Well, or a hold. You can see he took hold of Clare's arm. And the Bears on the power play with 3:45. Let's see what the Mustangs can do to try and level this game. Here's Beatty now trying to do it himself. Beatty is loose in front. O'Kane digging at a loose puck. It's still loose. There's a follow-up try from Perron. Mustangs have it. Beatty misses the one-timer. Comes back out now here to the point. Shot from Bellick, and that goes wide. Wow, real opportunity there for the Mustangs short-handed. O'Kane with a drive, and he didn't get all of it. And Kimlin covers well.
Wow,
Against the run of play there, go the Mustangs.
Short-handed, and the Mustangs had more offense than the Bears did, right? Yeah, you reckon one?
So almost a tying goal there for the Mustangs. And very nearly headed to the shootout. Should have headed that way. So a little conversation here between Michael Schlamp and the linesman. Someone's off to the penalty box. Schlamp is off to the penalty box. I don't know what that was for. I didn't see anything off that incident. You can see a pretty interesting conversation, I should say, between Michael Schlamp and referee Dan Boyd. So we're going to have a 4-on-4 now, and the Mustangs possibly thrown a lifeline. As they would not be in any kind of advantage. 5-4 down on a 5-on-4. So we're now going to have a 4-on-4. As that shot off the face-off, just wide. Oh, it's actually a goaltending misconduct is the call. Called on Anthony Kimlin for shooting the puck away at that exchange. So that was what the penalty is for. It wasn't a personal penalty, so it won't count in terms of a personnel advantage. So we still have a 5-on-4 with Vyasov in the box. The Bears still on the power play. Here's Noseworthy now. Just holds the line. 2:57 to go here in the third. The Bears with a build-up. Reve just on the right side of the blue line. Harassed up high there by Sean Jones. Forming the screen in front there is Todd for the Bears, and has moved out. And Jones has got to get on his horse. But Reve, the fastest skater, managed to take away that breakaway opportunity there for the Mustangs. Had O'Kane on the other end of that pass, might have been a different story. No disrespect to Sean Jones' speed or skating ability. Here's Brewer the other way. Brewer fires! Oh, it was inches over the crossbar. And very nearly 6-4. Burke hit with Beatty now. Beatty moves to the outside, got Burke going to the net. Short-handed opportunity, slings it in front, and Kimlin gets the paddle out and cancels out that centering pass. Lander back the other way now. Cancelled out and turned there by McCoy, who forced him into the bench. 2:05 to go and 14 seconds left on the penalty to Vyasov. Mustangs have done a good job of limiting shots here on this power play of the Sydney Bears. 2 minutes left here in the final frame. The puck back out to the corner, looking for a tip in front as Esposito off the shot from Ward. And to no avail as we're back to 5-on-5 as Vyasov steps back into the action. As the crowd trying to lift the Mustangs here in the final 100 seconds of the game. Back in front of the Mustangs bench, here's Esposito, turns around and puts it in deep. Keep an eye on Jack Hayes in case he decides to head to the bench in the next few seconds or so.
Here we go.
McMahon, here goes Hayes to the bench. Reve's first to the puck. Burke now trying to steal it off him. It ends up in front of the bench. Here's Brucker now. Brucker, Hayes has retreated after trying to get to the bench in the first instance, but sensed the danger to an empty net. Here's Todd. McMahon now. Stolen away there from Brucker by McMahon. And the Mustangs now will try and break out of their zone and get Hayes to the bench. He goes there now. Here's McCoy. Down the outside. Tried to center that one through. Vyasov there, sweeping up the remainder. 6 skaters on now here for the Mustangs. Vyasov did well to spot McCoy coming late back over the blue line. And the Mustangs rolling the dice and trying to get the tying goal here. Beatty hemmed in his own line with Brewer, the lone forechecker, in there for the Bears. Beatty through centre, hands it off now here to Vyasov. Vyasov, wide angle shot, block it aside there by Kimlin. Vyasov throws it in front, looking for Kokanen, and couldn't get it through. Beatty now, the lone player on the outside, just manages to keep it in the zone. Beatty now, down low to Vyasov, short side, and stuffed that on the side of the net, and Kimlin managed to keep it out. Beatty, nice soccering skills to kick that out of midair. Sure, Lionel Messi will pretty jealous. Here's Beatty now. Beatty moving to the outside, trying to cut back in, loses his edge in the process, and goes into the boards. Vyasov throws it in front of the net. Kokanen, he scores! 5-5 with 8 seconds remaining. You wanted Kokanen to produce, Rod. You got it. He arrives at the right time.
Absolutely.
He'd been looking for it all game, and with 8 seconds left in this hockey game, the Mustangs have tied it.
But you got to give credit to Beatty, because Beatty set the whole thing up, and he got taken out, and it ended up going back to Kokanen, and it's 5-all.
Well, 2 absolutely cracking games of hockey here this weekend at O'Brien Group Arena. And twice, Rod, the Bears, it was their game to lose, and they haven't lost it yet, but they've done just exactly that in terms of throwing away leads.
Unreal, mate. Unreal.
They had 2 goals in 2 shifts, and they would look like they had the game by the throat then after Reveille's goal. But we are headed to the shootout here at O'Brien Group Arena. So we'll be splitting the points either way. It will be a case of the Mustangs taking 5 or 4. So, see who the Mustangs and the Sydney Bears will pick in terms of their respective shooters. If I was a betting man for the Bears, I'm going to go with Noseworthy, Reveille, and possibly Thomas Lander. For the Mustangs, I'm going to go with Burke, Matt Beatty, and Maxime.
Well, I don't know. I got to say, I go with Burke for sure, and I go with Max. But the third one, I reckon Kokanen's going to be in there, man.
You have Kokanen? All right. Well, I said moments ago, I thought this was a done deal. I thought the Bears were going to skate away with the 3 points and split the series. But now, well, we're going to split the 3 points here tonight.
The interesting thing about this is that, you know, if you look at the Mustang season so far, and even last year, okay, they've got the depth. They need to get someone to spark them up.
Yeah. And
down 5-2, right, and it looked like it was all over Red Rover, and then they decide to fire up. And all it takes is one, and then the next thing you know, another one, and then another one. And it's 5-all. And I think I said to you that last year, they were the only team in the league to beat every other team.
Yeah.
So they've got the ability. They just have to play it all 3 periods every game.
So Jamie Burke to take the first shot here for the Mustangs.
What do you reckon is going to be a deke?
Yeah, I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go backhand. It worked for him the first time. Why not? But would Kimlin be expecting that? That's the eternal chess match in terms of these shootouts.
Well, the thing with Jamie is you never know what he's going to do because he's got a good bag of a lot of tricks.
So Burke, first round of the shootout, v. Kimlin. In he comes. Tries to go 5-hole, and he does. And he's geeing up his crowd and his fans and his own bench. And Mustangs go up 1-0 in the shootout.
So there you go. When you least expect it, the old 5-hole.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go upstairs backhand, but it's Nick Reveille. Well, I picked it. That's 1 from 1 for the Bears anyway. Nick Reveille is going to go up against Jack Hayes. In the first round of shootout, as the Mustangs fans letting him know. He scores. Goes high glove side on Hayes, and it's 1-1, and Reveille giving it a bit back.
What was he doing there? Do you think he was airing his jumper?
Yeah, probably. He's trying to loosen the tie-down strap. Vadim Vyasov.
We did forget about Vadim, and actually he would be one of my first picks.
So Vadim Vyasov versus Kimlin, second round of the shootout, 1-1. Now 2-1 to the Mustangs. Beautiful move there from Vadim.
Wow, baby! That has to be one of the better ones. Cut across, make a move, put it upstairs. Have a look at this. Little fake, cut across. See you later, Sally.
So Vadim Vyasov 2-1, and up next it's Tyler Noseworthy for the Sydney Bears v. Jack Hayes. He scores. Got Hayes to commit to the left and open up enough of the net. So Tyler Noseworthy ties it at 2. And you're right, Rod Kokanen is up next for the Mustangs.
Well, let's see if the Finlander can finish this off. Hardy hard.
Here's Kokanen, third round versus Kimlin. Saved by Kimlin. And he keeps his team in it. And Thomas Lander, well, I picked all 3 Sydney Bears, didn't pick the Mustangs. And Lander is going to take possibly the deciding shot here for the Bears. He slots this one, the Bears take 2 points. Hayes makes a save, and we go to round 4. wide. And to the fourth round of the shootout we go. Thomas Lander just didn't seem to find his groove all game tonight, and well, that sort of summed up his evening. Just came off the heel of the stick.
He looked like he lost that a bit. So, my friend, who will the Mustangs put out now?
Maybe Pat O'Kane.
Well, possibly.
Well, I would have said Max.
So would I.
Yeah. So out comes Vyasov to shoot again.
That's right. You can actually reuse the players.
You can reuse your players, not Olympic rules. So, actually, no, it is. So, excuse me, Vyasov now against Kimlin. Oh, and he's put it wide. So Jackson Brewer is now going to step up here for the Bears. Actually would have given Maxime Perron a go, to be honest. But, well, no, I'm not on the bench. So here's Jackson Brewer for the Bears. Oh, and he puts it over. Hayes stayed with him the whole way and perhaps forced Brewer to overcommit. And he put it about a metre or two high over the crossbar. And out comes Jamie Burke for shot number 2.
Well, well, well. I'm sure Brewer would have liked to have had that again.
The 5th round. Burke shoots and scores. And he gives it straight back to Rivet. So now the pressure on the Sydney Bears, so they have to score to force it to a 6th round. And Nick Rivet is going to take another shot here at Jack Hayes. And he misses, and that's it. The Melbourne Mustangs have come from behind, and they take the 2 points, 5 out of a possible 6 this weekend.
And the fans are loving it, dude.
Absolutely. Tried to go the Forsberg move, did Nick Rivet, didn't pay off. And the Melbourne Mustangs, wow, what a momentum-changing weekend this has been for this club.
Well, isn't it funny? Hey, we've seen it all, man. 5-2, games in the bag for the Bears. They're opening up their beer, and the next thing you know, it's 6-5 in a shootout. Go figure it.
I haven't been able to figure out this weekend. That actually upped the level on Saturday's game, I thought, because Saturday's game was back and forth, and now this one, oh, you could, I don't know, come out of analogies. It's 6:30 on a Sunday evening, and I'm out of analogies.
And all I'll say again is that the Mustangs have the ability. They need to understand that and believe in themselves and play every game like they played that first period. So, wow.
And a great display from Jack Hayes tonight.
Sure, absolutely. He's come in under pressure. He's held his own, and then he's asked to go into a shootout, okay?
Yeah.
Right against some pretty good shooters, competing against one of the best goalies at the other end of the rink,
yeah.
And he comes out the victor. So, power to him. Got to do a whole lot for his morale.
Absolutely. So, these teams, apart from the players participating in the All-Star game here at O'Brien Group Arena next week, will have a week off, and the Mustangs hit the road for the best part of a month, apart from the Melbourne Derby against the Melbourne Ice on June the 25th. So, an interesting set of games coming up for them, Rob.
Well, and you know, we talked about they could see the North Star's tail lights, and you said now they can see the bumper stickers. I'm sure they're looking in the back window in their mind now. Bring it on. Bleed orange.
Absolutely, and they'll be able to see the rear view in a sec. But to wrap it up, here from the O'Brien Group Arena, it was the Melbourne Mustangs in a come-from-behind victory over the Sydney Bears. They take 5 points out of a possible 6 out of this double-header, and they'll have a week off to regroup, and then they'll face the Newcastle North Stars in 2 weeks' time, and then the Sydney Bears again up at Macquarie next time, this time in 2 weeks on a Sunday. We'll be back in 3 weeks' time, but we'll be back for the All-Star game if you're here joining us at O'Brien Group Arena. On behalf of my co-commentator, Rod Johns, I'm Steve White. We'll see you next time here at the AIHL.
See you later.